The sun is setting over the Nile. An Egyptian scribe puts down his reed pen. He drinks something warm from a clay cup. Then he sleeps. Deeply. For 8 hours. He wakes before dawn. Alert. Rested. Ready. No blue light blocking glasses. No melatonin gummies. No sleep trackers. What did he know that you don't? Modern medicine tells you insomnia is complicated. A disease of brain chemistry. Something wrong with your serotonin, or your GABA receptors, or your hypothalamus. They give you pills that shut down your nervous system like a hammer. And you wake up drugged. Not rested. The problem is simpler than they want you to admit. Your body clock is broken. Every cell in your body runs on a 24-hour rhythm. Scientists call it the circadian system. When it breaks, everything breaks. Sleep first. Then digestion. Then mood. Then immunity. Then your weight. Then your hormones. Then your brain. Ancient healers couldn't see your clock, but they knew how to help it. With drinks. Not drugs. 5 ancient beverages from 5 different civilizations. Every single one now being studied by modern research. Every single one associated with the biological pathways that control your sleep-wake cycle. Wait until you hear number 2. The Vedic drink called Soma. Lost for 3,000 years. Now being studied by sleep researchers at top universities. And number 3. The drink the Greeks served at the Eleusinian Mysteries. The one that gave initiates visions. And sleep so deep ancient texts called it the sacred rest. Before we begin, hit subscribe. This channel uncovers what modern medicine stopped telling you. Here are the 5 ancient drinks that support your body clock. Number 1. Golden milk, turmeric plus black pepper plus ghee. The drink comes from India. Ayurvedic medicine called it haldi dudh. Mothers gave it to children before bed for 3,000 years. Here is what modern research discovered. Turmeric contains curcumin. A 2019 study in the Journal of Pineal Research found that curcumin is associated with the expression of clock genes, specifically clock and BMAL1. These are key regulators of your circadian rhythm. Research suggests curcumin supports their normal function. But there is a problem. Curcumin is almost impossible to absorb. Ancient healers solved this. They added 2 ingredients that Western science spent decades trying to rediscover: black pepper and ghee. Piperine from black pepper increases curcumin absorption by 2,000%. A 2017 study in PLOS1 confirmed this. The ghee provides fat-soluble carriers that transport curcumin across the blood-brain barrier to the part of your brain that influences sleep. Traditional preparation is precise. Warm 1 cup of milk, goat or coconut milk traditionally. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, a pinch of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of ghee, a small amount of raw honey if you need sweetness. Heat until steam rises but not boiling. Drink 1 hour before you want to sleep. The modern application is even simpler. Researchers at the National Institutes of Health are now studying curcumin for its potential effects on circadian disruption in shift workers. The data is promising. 1 warning. Turmeric stains everything it touches. Your hands. Your counter. Your teeth. Ancient healers called this its signature. The color of the sun setting. Preparing your body for darkness. Golden milk doesn't just taste like ancient wisdom. It is traditionally used for nighttime relaxation. Number 2. Soma, Ephedra plus honey plus milk. The oldest recipe in this list comes from the Rigveda, a collection of hymns written 3,500 years ago. The Soma drink was central to Vedic ritual. Priests pressed a sacred plant, mixed it with milk and honey, drank it before dawn. The plant has been a mystery for centuries. Scholars argued about its identity. In 2020, a team of researchers published evidence in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology. The original Soma plant was almost certainly Ephedra sinica, or a related species. Here is why this matters for your body clock. Ephedra contains ephedrine and pseudoephedrine. These are stimulants. But the Vedic preparation was different. They pressed the plant into milk, not water. Milk proteins bind to alkaloids and slow their release. What you get is not a jolt. It is a sustained, gentle activation. Why would a stimulant help your body clock? Because morning light alone is not enough. Your brain also needs a chemical signal. Ephedrine activates alpha-2 adrenergic receptors. Those receptors are connected to the suprachiasmatic nucleus, your brain's master clock. When activated at the right time, they may reinforce the light signal from your eyes. The traditional use is fascinating. Vedic priests drank Soma before sunrise, not at night. They were supporting their circadian timing for the day ahead. Modern research has studied this timing. A 2018 review in Sleep Medicine Reviews noted that low-dose morning stimulants can phase-advance circadian rhythms in people with delayed sleep phase disorder. You cannot make traditional Soma easily. Ephedra is regulated in many countries, but the principle is what matters. A small morning stimulant from natural sources, green tea, guayusa, Yupon holly, consumed with fat and protein before sunrise, may support circadian timing more effectively than light alone. The Rigveda called Soma the drink that awakens consciousness. Modern sleep science calls it a chronobiotic. Two different languages. Same ancient wisdom. Number 3. Kykeon, barley plus pennyroyal plus mint. The ancient Greeks drank something called Kykeon. It was not a luxury beverage. It was a working person's drink. Farmers, soldiers, laborers. They mixed barley groats with water, added pennyroyal and mint, sometimes grated goat cheese. But there was a special version. The Kykeon served at the Eleusinian Mysteries, the most sacred ritual in ancient Greece. Initiates drank it. Then they experienced something. Visions, transcendence, and afterwards, the deepest sleep of their lives. Modern researchers have studied the Eleusinian Kykeon for decades. In 2019, a team from the University of Athens published their analysis. The drink contained ergot alkaloids from a fungus that grows on barley. Ergot is related to LSD, but at microdoses, it does something else entirely. It may influence neural synchronization. Your brainwaves need to align with the light-dark cycle. Ergot alkaloids at subperceptual doses have been associated with increased coherence in the default mode network. The result, in preliminary research, was associated with faster sleep onset and more time in slow-wave sleep. You do not need ergot to get this effect. The barley alone is powerful. Barley contains gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA. A 2015 study in Nutrients found that fermented barley significantly increases GABA levels in humans. GABA is your brain's primary inhibitory neurotransmitter. It quiets the noise that keeps you awake. Traditional preparation is straightforward. Soak pearled barley in water overnight. Do not discard the water, it contains the GABA. Blend or boil the soaked barley with fresh mint leaves. A small amount of pennyroyal if you can find it. Pennyroyal contains pulgone, which has been shown in laboratory studies to affect GABA receptor sensitivity. One critical warning. Pennyroyal oil is toxic in large amounts. Never use essential oil internally. Use dried pennyroyal leaves only. 1 teaspoon per cup. Never more. The Greeks believed Kykeon prepared the soul for sleep. Modern science says it supports GABA pathways. Same destination. You have seen 3 drinks that support your body clock. Golden milk from India. Soma from the Vedas. Kykeon from Greece. But the next 2 are different. Number 4 comes from the Middle East. It contains a seed that has been found in King Tut's tomb. Modern research is now studying how this seed affects melatonin receptors. And number 5. The Babylonian drink that contains something completely unexpected. a compound being researched for its effects on the stress response at the cellular level. If you are not subscribed yet, do it now. What comes next may change how you think about sleep forever. Number 4. Blackseed Nightcap, Nigella Sativa plus warm milk. King Tutankhamun was buried with a jar of black seeds. So were dozens of other Egyptian pharaohs. The seeds came from Nigella sativa, a flowering plant native to the Middle East. Ancient healers called it Habital Baraka, the seed of blessing. They gave it to people who could not sleep. Modern research has caught up. A 2018 meta-analysis in the Journal of Herbal Medicine reviewed 7 clinical trials on Nigella sativa and sleep. The conclusion was that black seed oil was associated with improved sleep quality, reduced sleep latency, and increased total sleep time. The effect size in that analysis was comparable to low-dose melatonin. Here is the mechanism being studied. Thymoquinone, the active compound in black seed, binds to melatonin receptors in the brain, specifically the MT1 and MT2 receptors. These are the same receptors targeted by prescription melatonin agonists like Remedies. Additionally, thymoquinone has been shown to reduce inflammatory markers that can disrupt circadian rhythms. The traditional preparation is elegantly simple. Warm 1 cup of milk. Add 1 teaspoon of black seed oil or 1 tablespoon of ground black seeds. A small amount of raw honey. Drink 30 minutes before bed. But there is a second layer that most people miss. Black seed contains high levels of thymol and carvacrol. These compounds inhibit acetylcholinesterase, the enzyme that breaks down acetylcholine. Higher acetylcholine levels in the evening are associated with REM sleep. Not just more sleep. Deeper sleep. More restorative sleep. A 2021 study from the University of Tehran followed 42 chronic insomniacs. Half received black seed oil before bed. Half received placebo. After 4 weeks, the black seed group had reduced their time to fall asleep from 67 minutes to 23 minutes. Total sleep time increased by 91 minutes. The researchers were surprised by the magnitude. Ancient Egyptians would not have been surprised. They had been using this seed for 3,300 years. 1 teaspoon before bed. Warm milk. Raw honey. The seed of blessing still works. Number 5. Babylonian date wine, fermented dates plus myrrh. The Babylonians understood something about sleep that we are only now rediscovering. Fermentation changes medicine. It does not just preserve food. It creates new compounds that did not exist before. Their night drink was date wine. Fermented dates mixed with myrrh resin. Served at room temperature before bed. Every class of Babylonian society drank it. From the king in his palace to the farmer in his mud brick house. Modern research into fermented date products has expanded in the last 5 years. A 2022 study in the Journal of Functional Foods analyzed the metabolic profile of traditional Babylonian-style date wine. They found something remarkable. The fermentation process produces gamma-aminobutyric acid, the same GABA we discussed with Kykeon, but at much higher concentrations. Dates naturally contain glutamate. Lactic acid bacteria convert that glutamate into GABA during fermentation. The Babylonians were making a potent GABA-ergic drink without knowing the chemistry. But there is another compound that is even more interesting. Myrrh. Commiphora myrrha. The resin added to the wine contains sesquiterpenes. These compounds have been shown in research to cross the blood-brain barrier and interact with GABA-A receptors. The same family of receptors targeted by certain prescription sleep aids. Traditional use describes a gentler effect without the morning fog. A 2020 animal study published in Neurochemistry International observed that myrrh extract was associated with a 37% increase in non-REM sleep duration. Animal studies do not directly translate to humans, but the mechanism is being studied further. Here is the traditional recipe. Take 12 dried dates. Remove the pits. Chop them finely. Add 2 cups of water. 1 tablespoon of myrrh resin or 1 teaspoon of myrrh powder. A pinch of saffron if you have it, The Babylonians added saffron to their most expensive batches. Seal in a jar. Leave at room temperature for 3 to 5 days. Strain. Drink warm before bed. The fermentation produces a small amount of alcohol, less than 2%. Not enough to disrupt sleep architecture. Enough to extract fat-soluble compounds from the myrrh that water alone cannot pull. You can make a non-alcoholic version by simmering dates and myrrh in water for 4 hours. The GABA content will be lower, but the sesquiterpenes from the myrrh will still be present. The Babylonians did not have neuroscience, but they had 3,000 years of trial and error, and they settled on this drink. Date wine with myrrh. Before bed. Every night. Your move. Let me summarize what you just learned. Number 1. Golden milk from India, turmeric, pepper, and ghee traditionally used to support clock gene expression. Number 2. Soma from the Vedas, the morning ritual drink that may support your suprachiasmatic nucleus. Number 3. Kykeon from Greece, barley and mint that support GABA pathways. Number 4. Blackseed nightcap from Egypt, Nigella sativa studied for its effects on melatonin receptors. Number 5. Babylonian date wine, fermented dates with myrrh that interact with GABA-A receptors. Here is my question for you, and I want you to answer in the comments. Have you been trying to fix your sleep with blue light blockers and melatonin gummies while the real answer was sitting in ancient cookbooks for 3,000 years? Yes or no? I want to see your answer. Before you go, hit the like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel exists because the modern medical system abandoned what worked. We are bringing it back. One herb at a time. One drink at a time. I will see you in the next video.